What fool thing is Johnny doing now? Well, here we go. Lee Hacklin, private investigator in Wall Street Blues, Chapter 6. I spent the rest of the day in my sweet ride, a white Dodge Charger, only a little more conspicuous than Starsky and Hutch's Ford Gran Torino, and followed Dominic Double D Douglas. He was in the back seat of a stretch limo. At 4:30, he stopped off at a midtown McDonald's and ate with the proletarians. Maybe he wasn't such a dick after all. Not safe for work. The sun was setting as his limo entered the gates of Douglas Estate in Forest Hills. A Vegas-worthy neon sign announced it. Douglas alit from his Behold My Success car, and he was greeted and hugged by a beautiful middle-aged woman and 3 children. No, dear reader, I didn't have a bionic eye, but I did have a pair of handy-dandy binoculars in my glove compartment. I parked about a block away and played the waiting/is this a waste of time game. At 6:30 p.m., a Rolls-Royce exited the gates. Dominic was in the driver's seat. I counted to 10 and tally-ho. I was careful to stay 1 or 2 cars behind him, but so far so good. The force was with me for the time being. An hour later, Douglas pulled into the driveway of a decidedly middle-class house in Brooklyn. I pulled over again about a block away. Douglas didn't seem to be the least bit aware of me. People see what they want to see. I had a Polaroid camera next to me. I picked it up and started taking pictures, just as a young, lovely woman in a tube top and cut-off shorts emerged from the house, bounded down the stairs, and embraced and kissed Douglas. Dominic, you dog, you. They were holding hands as they entered the house. I take no pleasure in the peeping Tom aspect of my business, but in the pursuit of justice, sometimes the ends justify the means. According to the police report, Felicity Paris lived in a Prospect Heights apartment building. It was 20 stories and she lived on the top floor. I sidled past an elderly woman as she left the building. Do you live here? Sure, I lied. Sort of. I live in New York City, I wanted to say but didn't. The elevator was out of order. Great. By the time I got to the top floor, I was heaving and gasping and I had to stifle an urge to puke. Serves me right for smoking. Mannix makes it all look so easy. Knock, knock. What do you want? World peace and the Aston Martin from Goldfinger. The door creaked open and I was greeted what my father would have described as a tall glass of water. She was in her mid-20s, wore a Rolling Stones t-shirt and blue jeans. I'm Lee Hacklin. Are you Felicity Paris? Yes. I'm very sorry about Daniel. I've been hired to investigate his murder. May I come in, please? Sure. I entered his suite and she closed the door behind me. Her living room was simple and Spartan. A man, well beyond his twilight years, wearing a plaid casual shirt and cords, stood next to a coffee table. Felicity said, Lee, this is my father, Tom. He nodded at me, no handshakes, no offers of coffee. The air was tense. I said, I'll get right down to business. It's a first draft. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, God loves you. Cheers.